Hi, this is Billy RL, real life. I'm here in the Resistance studio with a few of the team members. We are about to go home for the evening, the night. But before we did, we wanted to um, make you all aware of something that you definitely need to be aware of. Um, the psychopath, him and the Republicans and the Democrats, they are currently auguring in Congress over these healthcare subsidies. And reportedly, they took a vote on this week. And when they did, they voted to raise the cost on healthcare, all types of healthcare, Medicare and Medicaid. Now, we are approaching another government shutdown. When? Midnight, January 1st. So that means on New Year's Eve, when the clock strikes midnight, if there hasn't been a financial deal made to keep the government running, New Year's Eve, 12:01, the government will be shut down. And you know that the psychopath in the White House, oh, this is what he loves, the government shutdown. He loves it all day, every day, because he said several times since he has gotten into the White House that we all Americans should prepare for pain, and that there would be a lot of pain when it comes to economically. Um, and the thing that's at the head of this government shutdown continuing, the government continuing on or the government shutting down is this healthcare subsidy issue. That's one of the major factors. The other major factors is that, as you all, I'm sure you know, the United States owes trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of debt. And so they haven't come up with a budget deal to be able to um, work through that to be able to keep the government open. And again, the reason why is because at the forefront of this budget deal is the healthcare subsidies. Now you understand why on every commercial on television, it's about buying. They even have, I think it is on Target, the Target commercials. They're talking about Whoville and they're showing all these foods, telling people to go and buy this and buy that. There's a Walmart, and it's all everywhere. It's more promoted this year than last year or any other year. And that's because when 12:01 New Year's Eve, which will be New Year's Day, comes and you are all broke because you went out there and you bought your kids toys, you bought your mama, your papa, your daddy, your sister, brother, and all, and you bought them all these kind of gifts, you will have nothing. And you know what happened on the last government shutdown. The last government shutdown, everything was shut down. People even lost their jobs because of the government shutdown. And as you know, if the government shuts down, for all of you all who are on welfare, you're not going to get your EBT, you're not going to get your WIC, you're not going to get these things. This is why you should not be buying anything. I know that, it's the T is a season to be jolly, and I know all of that. I know about the Hallmark Channel and all of them buying your ginger spice coffee and all this. I know all about that. But the hell with that this year. This year, we are approaching, as soon as day one of January comes, a government shutdown. And I wholeheartedly believe unless some strong intervening happens, which the team, we don't think is going to happen, unless some strong intervening happens, this government shutdown is going to go on. It's going to happen because the lunatic who is in office, he's going to allow it to happen. He wanted it to happen the first time. He even said the first time, yeah, maybe the government needs to be shut down. That's what he said. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We believe the only way it won't happen is unless some strong intervention happens. And yeah, we doubt that. So we are telling all of you all, do not get suckered in by these commercials telling you to buy this, by that. Don't get suckered in by what you're seeing on the Hallmark Channel and how Janet is buying the Jill or Jack or whatever it is, or Tony gives. Don't get suckered in by that. This is not the time to spend, because I'm telling you, if we do go into this government shutdown January 1st, and again, we wholeheartedly believe that we will, because 2026 is going to be a bitch, excuse my language. If we do go into this government shutdown this second time, something tells all of us, we were talking about this before we got on air, even with the ones who aren't here, but we had them on Skype. This is going to be longer than the last one. It's going to be longer than the last one. It's going to be more brutal than the last one. It's going to be a bloodbath in terms of economics is concerned. And you're not going to have the funds to be able to deal with it. And then you're going to go on social media. You're going to go onto these forums and message boards talking about, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't have the money to feed my children. I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, you would have had it had you not spent for Christmas. Don't do it, people. If do like the Amish do, make your own gifts. Go out there and take $2 or $3 and go to Home Depot, buy some wood, make your own make your own damn gifts. Don't go out and buy anything. As far as, oh, I'm gonna buy this toy, I'm gonna buy this shirt, or this sweater, or this jewelry. I don't care. Where's for my wife? So what? If your wife does not understand the fact that we are about to go into another government shutdown, then hey, maybe that's not the one for you. The same thing with your husband. You have to be smart, because we're telling you, we found out that there is going to be a government shutdown January 1st. If a deal was not reached, we said, oh, isn't that perfect? Right, the first day of the new year, going right into the same thing again. So, and also, and then you know how we told you to not celebrate this new year coming in. And when we say that, we're not saying, New Year's Eve, oh, damn shit, I can't believe. No, we're saying don't go out there and get drunk. Don't go out there and party, because we are telling you there are going to be consequences for you doing that. There's going to be consequences for you all going out there and buying gifts. There are consequences. We want to leave you with this. Remember 2019? No, not 2019, 2021. 2020, or it may have been 2019, the New Year's Eve before the pandemic, something like that. The New Year's Eve before the pandemic. Oh, everybody was all day, yeah, Happy New Year, all the drinks, it was all of that. Even Christmas, Merry Christmas. They had no idea that come just, what, 2 months later, February, the COVID-19. And in everybody, they started having hardship because of that pandemic, which was nothing but BS. And so, but they had no idea that was going to happen, because New Year's Eve, they was partying, Christmas, they was having fun. This is what we're telling you. When you know what kind of government you have, and you know what kind of government we all have, you know what kind of government we all have, you have. We have a very unstable government. When you know we have a government like that, you have to expect the unexpected at all times. It would be nice to go out there, because now last New Year's Eve, I and the team, we all was in the studio. We had a few drinks and we had the music going, and it wasn't like New Year's at Times Square partying, but it was a nice little bit. We're not doing that this year. Oh hell no. Nope, 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 no. We're being smart this year, and so it would be nice if we could go out and hey, what's this? Hey, 3, 2, 1, and it would be nice. It would be nice to do all that. It would be nice to go out and buy gifts. But we can't do that this time, because we have a man in office who, number one, is absolutely evil. And number two, we have people who are listening to him, who are obeying him, who are absolutely unstable. So we have an unstable government who, at the flip of a dime, can turn America into a bloodbath economically, just like they did a couple of months back when they had the first shutdown. So knowing that you have to be smart. If your family members don't understand, why not screw them? I mean, hey, the hell with them. I don't care who they are. I don't give a damn if it's with my mom and my daddy. I don't give a damn. Screw your mom and your daddy. Screw them. You have to, because if they are if they are in the know, like you are in the know, they'll understand. They'll because I'm telling you, anytime if you want to understand what is going on, all you have to do, and this is why we're so glad that there is a site called TikTok that the government is trying to control and eventually take down. Go on TikTok and you will see you have the Heritage Foundation who has already come out with Project 2026. That's next year. 2026 is next year. They've already come up with the plans. I think it's 80 or 90% done. So they're almost done with that. Now they have come up with Project 2026, all of the sinister plans that they're going to do to people in 2026. This is why this is not the time. This is not the time to be trying to shop. This is not the time to try to be partying, to try to be, trying to go out and party. It's not time for that. And to this lady, there's a lady on YouTube who sits in her car and does a lot of fear mongering with this and that and the third. Her name is Tommy Bite Homestead. And she's talking about how China is saying, hey, America, excuse my language, they're saying, don't fuck with us because we have nuclear bombs. And so this YouTuber Tommy Bites Homestead is saying this is why you have to stock up on food and stuff. And I wish people would. This is why I say you have some people who don't have noses. They think they have noses, but they don't. They think they have the knowledge, but they don't. What is food going to do if China sends a nuke over here? I mean, exactly when are you supposed to, or after the, because after the nuke goes off, if you are still alive, if you happen to make it out of the situation of death when it comes to a nuke, you know what's going to happen? Wherever you are in your home, you better stay in it because the minute you come out, radiation that will either make you sick and die or that will cause you to not even have an appetite for food. So, and then even if you stay in your home, if a nuke was to come and hit the United States, whoever is still alive after that nuke goes off, they are going to be heavily dictated to by the government. Everything in their possession is going to be under the control and will be in the possession of the government. So what is food going to do? Stocking of food. What is it going to do? No, you don't need to be stopped. I mean, if you want to stock up food, that's good and fine. But understand that stocking up food isn't going to do a damn thing. But what you need to be doing is you need to be saving your money. That's what you need to be doing, saving your money. Because right now, yeah, China said they may send a nuke. Yeah, but right now, that's not the threat. The threat is this upcoming shutdown. That's the threat that we are facing. We are facing in just what a matter of weeks. China ain't gonna do nothing right now. If China does do something, it'll be sometime in 2028. China not doing nothing right now. And I am not saying don't stock up food because that's a good thing to do. I mean, at least until the government comes and takes it from you, because the government is going to come in your home and take it from you. So that's not the question. But until the government comes and takes it from you, yeah, that's a good thing to stock up food. But right now, what is the immediate thing that you need to be doing? The immediate thing you need to be doing is not spending a damn thing, not spending a dime. Because again, in about 2 or 3 weeks, I think it's about 2 weeks, 2 weeks now. Yeah, 2 weeks. 12 o'clock midnight, New Year's Day. If nothing is done to stop this shutdown is going to go into effect. And again, you know how unstable the red-faced man is in office, the orange-faced man is in office. You know, if a shutdown happens, oh, he's fine with it going out for the rest of the whole 2026 New Year. He's fine with that. So that's what you need to be focused on, and that's what people needs to be telling people to be focused on. Not to stock up food, because I'm telling you, even if the shutdown continues for the better part of the first half of 2026, and then number 47 says, okay, we're going to have martial law. I keep telling you, the team keeps telling you, they can come in and take your food under what is known as the Anti-Hoarding Act. The Anti-Hoarding Act means they can come in and take your food supply. So what is that going to do? No, But until that time comes, you can stock up food until the time comes. But understand that that's not a stable thing. But you know what is stable? Having money on hand. Having, and if you're going to spend anything, take a few dollars. And I'm not saying a few dollars. I know at my time I'm the one to 5 to 10. I'm talking maybe 100, 200, 300, $400 and get yourself some weapons. Because if it ever gets to a point where this shutdown goes on for months, and I mean long, like from January all the way up to August, well, when the shelves get empty, they're gonna be coming to people's houses and breaking into people's houses. Well, you got your weapons right there. Because what are you gonna do when they break in your house and you don't have any weapons? What you gonna do? Beat them with a loaf of bread? Or who are you gonna do? Take the bologna and throw it down? You see what I'm saying? You're focused on all the wrong things. You're focused on all the wrong things. No, what you need to be doing in this time now is taking your dollars and you need to save them. Don't spend anything. I don't care if why my son or my daughter need a pair of shoes, go to a church and get some free shoes. Don't spend anything whatsoever. The second thing you need to do is that if you're going to spend something, if you're going to spend money on anything, get some weapons. Get some weapons and keep them stored up in your house. Don't tell your neighbors that you get weapons. Don't tell anybody anything. Just keep them in your house and keep quiet. Then, because your neighbors will be the ones who will tell on you to the government in the end. Yeah, you know what? Well, Carl over there, he said he had bought himself some guns on that. So you better check out his house. Don't tell anybody anything. Just keep it within your own household. Then after you've bought, and if you can't, if you don't have the money to buy weapons, make weapons. You can look them up online. There are ways you can take a broom and make it into a weapon. Do that. That's what you need to be doing. And then if you're going to stock up food, don't buy money. Go to these churches. Go. This is the time you need to go to food banks and get food. Get as much canned food as possible, but don't use your money to do it because you're going to need that money. Because again, if this shutdown happens and you get fired from your job, how are you going to get food? How are you going to pay the bills that are still going to go on? Remember the last shutdown that we just came out of? Yeah, the government was shut down, but your bills still continue. You still needed food. So try to save as much money as possible. And if you're going to spend money, spend it on something that is really going to help you, such as weapons. Food, get it from a church, get it from a food bank. And and you have to go to several of them. So 4 or 5, sometimes you may have to go in the afternoons, go to 4, 5, 6, that you have at least about a 6-month supply stocked up. That's what you need to be doing. But all of this going to Walmart and Target and this toy store and Tiffany's, and I'm telling you, you're going to regret it. 12:01 midnight New Year's Day. That's when we are going to go into a deeper level of hell. So you all better be forewarned because I'm telling you. And lastly, to you EBT users, Christmas is not Thanksgiving. Don't take your food stamps and go out there. Well, I'm gonna go out there and buy food for Christmas dinner. So everybody at the table can have Christmas dinner, and you're going out there. Because some people for Christmas, for their dinners on Christmas, they have the ham and the turkey. You go out there buying the ham and the turkey, all the food you have for Thanksgiving, you buy it for Christmas dinner. I'm telling you. And then if the shutdown happens 12:01 midnight New Year's Day, you're not getting your food stamps. What are you gonna do then? Why, Tuesday? What am I going to do? Now is not the time to have no. If you want to have a Christmas dinner, get TV dinners. You spend $10. Now, well, however many people coming, and you shouldn't have a lot of people coming because again, all of this is being smart. Why would you want to have a lot of people coming for Christmas dinner? That means more money you have to spend on feeding all of those people. No, you should only have about at the most about 5 people. 5 people, $10 a piece. Buy TV dinners, bam, that's Christmas dinner right there. And that's it right there. Really get some neck bones or get some beans or hot dogs. Hey, that's the Christmas dinner right there. Because number one, Christmas is bull in the first place. Christmas is made up of a lie. So what is there going all out for? Because you spent up all your stamps January 1st. The shutdown happens, there's no EBT, then you're going to be crying on TikTok just like you were before. So I am telling you all, The team is telling you all, you better be smart. You better be smart because if you don't, we are all going to see you on TikTok bitching and complaining about this shutdown is hurting me. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I'm broke when it's your fault. Just like we tried to warn you years ago, there would come a time when they would put the clamp down on EBT users. Nobody listened. And we told people, stop taking your EBT and buying junk foods, buying stuff that you don't need. Start stocking up. Didn't listen. Shutdown happened. Everybody in EBT stopped, and people almost lost their mind. But see, it was their fault because they were warned. And so, heed the warning this time, people. Do not spend. I don't care what you see your neighbors doing, your friends doing, your coworkers doing. I don't care what your family members say if they try to disagree with you. Do not spend because we just have this feeling that we all thought that this year was hard. We haven't seen anything yet. And we do believe it's going to start at the strike of midnight, New Year's Day. Even our sources have told us that uh, 2026 is going to be far worse. This is the news that they're getting, and they told it to us that 2026 is going to be far worse than this year here. And we believe our sources because our sources are very credible, and we believe it. That's why the Heritage Foundation and all their Jesus freak nuts, the nuts that are part of it, have come out with Project 2026 because 2026 that's going to be going hell. See, right now we're in level one. Level two starting in 2026, and then 2027 would be level three, and then possibly 2028 is the final level. So we're telling you, you better be smart because everybody is talking about it on social media. Everybody's talking about how um things, you can feel it that something big is going to happen that's going to put everybody into a state of shock once again, like with the first shutdown. And I don't, neither myself nor the team, we don't get our information from social media, but we do look to social media to see the reactions from people regarding the news that they're hearing. And when we are looking at these people on social media, getting their reactions, we are watching, we're hearing them talk about their fears of 2026. And they're having these fears because it's warranted. So we are telling you, be smart, because if you don't be smart, come the first day of January, you're going to get a rude awakening. You're going to get a rude awakening for sure. So, this is what we wanted to say. We are bringing you nothing but the facts, the truth, and the knowledge. And remember, knowledge is obtained where power is gained. Use it and please don't abuse it. This is Billy RL, Katrina, our advisor, and the entire resistance team. Peace, love, and power. See you the next hour round.